Hey, it's Rex on the radio, and we are on the road today at Baker Family Wineries. And this guy here is a manager of the Houston Astros, the great Dusty Baker. It's a pleasure, Dusty, to have you on the show.
Thanks, Rex. I don't know from the great Dusty Baker, but I'm on the way.
Okay, well, see, I'm a longtime Giants fan.
Yeah.
And I remember, yeah, you were there. You were there. I remember 2002, and I remember sitting on my couch and crying because I thought we had it. But
I thought we did too.
Yeah.
But see, I was a Giants fan. Well, I was a Dodger fan as a kid because I loved Tommy Davis.
Okay.
And my brother loved Sandy Koufax.
Okay.
And so then in 1965, Bobby Bonds, we're all from Riverside.
Okay.
And then I moved up here in 64, Bobby signed with the Giants.
Right.
So then that's when I became a Giants fan.
Well, hey,
when Bobby Bonds came
I remember when you came to the Giants as a player, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Dusty Baker. It's a Dodger. It's a Dodger.
Yeah, but you can't help who you play for. See, that's what people don't understand. See, you have no control who you play for. Plus, you know something? You're just hoping to play for somebody.
Right.
You know?
Hey, you're in the major leagues. You
Yeah.
just won a job.
Well, at the time, when you first signed, you're not in the major leagues, but you're hoping for an opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Wherever the opportunity is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All you want is an opportunity. And then, like I tell kids now, the young players, say, hey, all I can give you is an opportunity. I can't promise you a job. I can't promise you a starting job. But I can promise you an opportunity and give you a fair shake.
Yeah, go out there and play and show what you got. Right?
Exactly.
Right, and that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to show off your wines. Baker Family Wineries is a local winery here in West Sacramento, ran by Dusty Baker and Chick Brenneman, who's the winemaker. He's over there off on the side, and we'll talk to him a little later. And Dusty's such a busy guy, we just wanted to be able to grab you for a few minutes.
Well, thank you.
And talk about the great wine. We had Chick on the podcast in the studio, but today we're here at the winery. And so if you want to start telling us about some of the wines you guys have, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I'll start off by telling you how we started. We started with Dusty's Vineyard. And, we started off with I actually wanted
what's that?
A Zen or a Cab.
Okay.
And then Chick ended up, planting my rootstock because he told me that, hey, the region I was in, and it was hot, it was cold, was a Syrah grape.
Sure.
West.
Yeah, he's the expert, right?
He's the expert. And so, I'm learning, and I'm learning from Chick as we go. He planted my vineyard, I think, 13, almost 14 years ago.
Oh, wow. So you've had it for a while.
Yeah.
What inspired you? I mean, you're a baseball guy and you spent most of your life. I mean, your life's work is baseball.
Right.
What was like, hey, I want to make wine? How did that come about?
Actually, when I was with the Giants, one of the owners of the Giants, Phil Greer, was very good friends with Michael Mondavi.
Oh, okay.
So he introduced me to Michael. Michael put me on the advisory staff, and then I would go to dinners and lunches all over the country, like with Canandaigua, with Southern Wine and Spirits.
Right.
And so then I moved to Sacramento, and I bought 5 acres, almost 5 acres, and I had an extra couple acres down below.
Okay.
And it was on a slope, so I was going to put a pond in it, catch fish, and go take them and eat them.
Nice.
Only thing
fishing.
But my insurance man told me that I would flood my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, ooh, what am I do next? So I called Michael. Michael turned me on to a guy, Rodney Williams, who turned me on to Chick.
Okay.
And so at the same time I was building my house, I planted 2 acres of grapes. I think we got 110 or 12 vines. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot of work. And but it's a lot of fun at the same time, and totally relaxing. To go out there in the evenings or early in the morning, because in Sacramento when I'm home, you don't get out there early in the morning, and boy, by 10 o'clock it is smoking out there.
It's getting hot.
And so the other day, just on Sunday, Chick and I pruned all our vines.
Oh, wow.
And he asked me how my hands were today. They're
Sure.
they're a little sore.
Yeah,
but it's getting better though.
Good.
It's getting a lot better, especially because me and my other buddy, we pre-pruned.
Oh, okay.
And so Chick has taught me, about mold, and taught me about, leaf hoppers, and and how there's a shady side and a sunny side, and so I've learned quite a bit about wines. Then we expanded, we have a Russian River, Valley Syrah. We also have a Amorous, which is one of my favorites. I mean, this is
Look at that label. You know, I want to talk to you real quick about your label before I forget.
Yeah. So that was my daughter and my son-in-law.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And I mean, some people see birds on, you know, and you look at it, but I mean, to us,
Well, I was looking at a fern. Sometimes
yeah, that could be a fern. It could be a plant.
But I know what it is.
Right.
And you know.
Right. It's a baseball.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a baseball. So look at that. I just think that that's the coolest label. And tell me, you know, are a lot of baseball players, you know, secret wine drinkers or
Not secret. They
No,
are wine drinkers.
They are wine drinkers.
Yeah.
So you're playing extra innings afterwards. You're gonna have a glass of wine.
Well,
maybe?
you know something. Most of the time it's on the plane.
Okay.
You know, because
Okay.
most of the time they don't want you drinking at the stadium because of liability. You go home and get stopped by the,
Oh,
you know, by
okay.
the police,
Makes sense,
or
makes
if
sense.
you get a
Right.
drunk driving, and then everybody's in
Right.
trouble.
Right.
Or on the plane, usually if you're going to have some wine, you're going to have it from one destination to the other.
Right.
Very rarely, you know, do you open wine from the destination to home. Because you get off the plane,
Right.
and then you know.
However you're getting home.
Yeah, exactly right.
yeah.
And so, but I was about to tell you, this is one of my favorites here.
Okay.
Amorous, which I had never heard of before.
Okay. Me either.
And
I mean,
so Chick, being the I don't know, mad scientist that he is, he's always experimenting. But this Amorous, I mean, you know, we don't make a lot of it, but it's like a grape that's overly ripe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's damn
Amorous
near-
it's called Amorous. Huh?
Yeah, it's called Amorous. And,
Okay.
You know, Amarone, you know, what Chick is teaching me, but I mean, this is like, you know, one of my favorites.
Okay.
You know, we just opened.
Okay.
Let's see. This is Dusty's. This is, we talked about that. Here's a Russian River Zen,
Okay.
you know, which I like too. You know, a lot of
Right.
people like.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I wanted at my house originally. You know,
Oh, okay.
Zinfandel grapes,
Okay.
but-
Zinfandel.
Yeah, but I'm in the wrong region.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, what you get and what you want sometimes two
So
different
what
things.
region do you get your guys' Zen from?
Well, we get these from, you know, the Russian River.
Okay, that's a Russian River as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
Russian River. I mean,
Okay.
we like that. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the Russian River at all. Some great
man.
grapes over there.
And we have you know, it's a cooler climate. You know, the fruit comes out good.
Right.
And the good thing about having Chick as a partner is that he taught a lot of these
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
whose fathers own
Wineries,
own wineries or own vineyards, grape
Right.
growers, and so we kind of get
The professor, right over here.
oh yeah, we kind of get the top of the line
Right.
fruit.
Well, there you go. You got to
I mean,
have those relationships.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And then before I get to the whites, you know, we
Right.
have the Hank Aaron
Yeah. Yeah.
755 Cabernet Sauvignon. And,
Yeah.
and I took Hank to Opus a couple years ago. He and Mr. Moorhead, you know, his best buddy, and their wives, Billy and Joyce, and I took them to Opus.
Okay.
And so, you know, I let Hank taste some of our wine at the time. You know, he was drinking Dusty's, you know, Syrah, Dusty's Vineyard Syrah.
Okay, okay.
And so he says, you know, he called me Gold Dust, or he has all these nicknames.
Right.
For me. So he goes, hey man, I think you got something there.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, Hank, you know, I mean, I think he's being nice, just nice
Right,
to
right,
me.
right. Just
So
being
he goes, hey man,
complimentary.
can you make me a bold cab? And I said, well, let me talk to the professor. Let me talk to Chick. And so Chick sent him some, you know, 3 or 4 different
Right.
calves to try.
Right.
And Hank said, oh, I like this one. And so then my daughter and son-in-law came up with the
Yeah, it's a great
label.
looking bottle.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
you know,
love
which
it.
we had to have
Yeah.
clearance from the league.
Right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
wondered about that.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. You know, and Chick, you know, took care of that, and then Hank and Mr. Moorhead said, "Hey man, we want to be part of your company." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Come on, man!"
Wow.
And he goes, "Yeah, I'm serious about that."
They
And
liked
so-
it that much. That's great.
Yeah, and it's I've never seen him so happy. It was a year and a half, about a year ago, that you know, Hank joined our company, and so that, I mean, that's pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. I mean, there ain't no pressure in the World Series. The pressure is if Hank Aaron likes, you know,
Yeah.
what his name is on.
Right.
And so
yeah, you
this
want to
is-
make sure that it's something that he can
Yeah.
be proud of, you guys can be proud
Exactly.
of, and
you know, Hank, let me tell you, Hank's helping us from heaven,
yeah, oh yeah,
because since Hank's passing, I mean, we have record-breaking sales, especially.
well, everybody
with the
wants
Hank-
a bottle to have
Yeah.
as a collector's,
And-
you know.
January was historically our our slowest month.
Oh, wow.
After Christmas, people are back to work, bad weather, but this is our best month that we've had so far.
Can
and
we
I
show
gotta
the bottle
think-
real quick? Because I
Sure.
just think this is an outstanding bottle and label. And I just think that, one, now it's definitely a tribute to Hammer and Hank Aaron, who meant so much to baseball.
and it meant so much to me. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, this is the work of my daughter and my
Nice.
son-in-law.
That is awesome. So you kept it in the family, and
Yeah.
of course, you and Hank Aaron played together on the Braves, right?
Yeah,
years
he
ago.
was responsible for me signing because he told my mom he'd take care of me as if I was his son.
Wow.
I was
Wow.
18 years old. I signed in Dodger Stadium, even though I was living in Northern Cal. They flew me and my mother down.
Wow.
And that's the day I met him. But you see, that was pretty slick of the Braves. They knew I was a Dodger fan.
Yeah, right.
So they flew me and my mom to LA.
Uh-huh.
I worked out on the Dodger Stadium field with the players, and the guys were like the guys in the stands. I had a little duffel bag that like a little basketball bag.
Right, yeah,
Them
yeah.
getting off the bus with Hank Aaron and Felipe Lou and
Right.
Joe Torre and all.
Oh,
them
my
there. I was
gosh.
18 years old. So I worked out with them, and so I'm in the outfield. I had a uniform on, and the kids were like, "Hey, no number," because I didn't have a number on the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was my name, no number.
No number.
Yeah, and so then I got back to the hotel. I told my mom, I said, yeah, I think I can do this. And so Hank told my mom that, hey,
He'd
man.
watch out for you. Yeah.
Well, not only watch out, he gave me a challenge that if I had enough confidence in myself, that I could be in the big leagues by the time my class would have graduated from Santa Clara.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to go on and sign. If not, then go to Santa Clara to play basketball. And so,
Wow.
lo and behold, it was
Meant to be, obviously.
well. The next year I was in the big leagues. I was
Yeah,
a September call-up. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I'm sure he had a lot to do with it. So,
Right.
and this is a walk-off red.
A
this
walk-off
is
red,
Yeah,
yeah.
walk-off red. That's a blend
Okay.
that we're pretty proud of. That's selling great.
Awesome.
It's
Nice.
it was named. Well, Chick named it after me because
Okay.
I walked off.
Right.
A few teams sometimes.
Yeah, you did that. You did that.
Yeah, and so
more often than you would think. I
Yeah,
mean, you
well,
did that.
yeah, I was
yeah.
and so anyway.
Nice.
We named it walk-off red, and then this year in the playoffs, Carlos Correa had the walk-off
Right.
in Minnesota
Right. Against the Twins.
against
yeah,
the Twins.
Yeah.
So the first thing he did, he came up to me and asked me, "Where's my bottle of walk-off?"
Oh, really?
I
That's
said,
nice. That's
so I
great.
called Chick on the phone and I said, "Hey man, we got to get Carlos a walk-off."
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I mean, if Houston does well this year,
Yeah.
it's not champagne, it's Baker Family
Yeah,
Wines.
well,
Is that what we
that's
get?
fine with me. Well, something. Chick sends me some.
Okay.
And the guys that come by, the guys that wine drinkers and some
Sure.
of the ones that aren't. But we also have some whites too.
Okay, great.
And this is a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
you know,
Sauvignon
which-
Blanc, right
yeah,
there.
I mean, especially when it's hot.
Right.
You
That's
know,
more of
how
a
this
summer
was-
wine. I mean, that's more of a summer or spring wine to me.
Yeah, and that's this is from Mendocino County.
Oh, I love Mendocino.
Yeah, and this comes from Chick's Contacts again.
Okay.
And then also we have, I'm gonna say that one for later. We
Okay.
also have a prop white,
Okay.
which is a blend.
Okay.
And
Look-
blends
look
are
at
pretty
that,
popular.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they're becoming-
like they're getting more popular.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It seems like folks are kind of being a little more adventurous.
Well, I think this
with
is a
wine.
blend. If my memory serves me right, I think this is a blend of Semillon and Sauv Blanc.
Okay. Okay.
And,
right.
and we had a Semillon a couple of years ago that was to die for. The only thing is we couldn't get that bulk back,
Right.
so we
Right.
we blended what we had. And then finally, this is a newer one. We just bottled this
Okay.
yesterday. I
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
here to bottle. I was here
Okay.
today to bottle.
Yeah, we caught you on video doing some bottling. That was kind of fun.
Well, you know something? Before, I mean, people are going to say, "Man, they're kind of primitive in their." But see, it costs a lot of money to,
Right.
to go on production, and we have all of our, now we
Yeah.
own all of our equipment.
Right.
Before we had to either lease
Oh, really?
it or either a
Right.
van would come up.
Right.
We'd hire a company to do it.
Wow.
And then last year we were bottling by hand. And
you had quite the crew working in there. I mean, everybody. It was an assembly line, line of wine.
Yeah, and I mean, this is family wines,
right?
Except my wife's not here today. My son's at Cal at college, and my daughter lives in the Bay Area. So it's
well, everybody helps out when they can.
Yeah, I mean, this is a production and it's work.
Right.
And people think, hey, just give me a bottle of wine. I said, well, you come over and help us work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stomp some grapes.
Yeah, exactly.
Get over here.
But this is Albarino, which I didn't know either.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that either.
It's more of a Spanish Portuguese.
Oh,
grape.
okay.
And it's a little, I mean, to my taste, it's a little sweeter, than the soft
To
brown.
me, sometimes the white wines are a little sweeter. And I'm more of a red wine guy.
Well, that's how I started.
Okay.
Yeah, as a wine drinker, I started.
Oh, okay. You did.
I started with the sweet wine. I started with Rieslings. I started with Gewürztraminer.
Okay.
And that's how I started. Then I kind of graduated.
There you go.
To the red wines. Other than when I was in college. We all drink the cheap wines.
Right.
The MD 2020, the Spagnata, the Gallo in a jug for $2.
Right. That huge bottle.
That huge bottle. Oh, yeah.
Can last you the whole semester.
Yeah. So, hey, man, it's amazing how you, graduate and you learn more and more. And the more you learn, dang, man, the more I have to learn.
Yeah. The thing, too, is we find with the wineries and the winemakers and stuff that we've been able to talk to is we've just tried to make wine more approachable, right? Because sometimes, I mean, even me, I'll go like, well, if I go to that winery, I'm not going to know a lot.
Right.
And
that's okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you just got to be willing to learn. And go, oh, wow, I didn't know.
And here's the
I
thing
liked
I'm
this.
learning, though, is that, like before, I thought the price point was always the sign of which wine is supposed to be.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but sometimes I think, that's why our wines are more reasonably priced.
Right. Right.
We want to give people their bang for the buck.
Right.
Also, we're about quality versus quantity.
Right.
What I mean? And then when we first started, Chick, we were giving it away as shiners to all my buddies. And
Sure.
And so, I told Chick a story about I had a scotch that a famous player had that was the worst rot gut I ever had in my life.
Oh, no.
And that's what I'm a Scotch drinker.
Sure.
Single malt Scotch drinker
Gotcha.
and wine drinker.
Okay.
And so I told Chick, I said, hey, man, if we're going to put my name on it.
Right. It's got to be good.
It got to be good. Okay. Because people going to talk stuff on me the way I was talking stuff on that Scotch.
Right.
That I had. And so, so his promise was, he says the first bottle they might buy because it has your name on it, but the subsequent bottles are going because they like it.
Right, they're going to come back for the taste.
Correct.
Did it taste good?
And that's why I try not to sign too many bottles unless I ask people. I'll sign if you drink it. I mean, there's too much work here to sign, put it on the mantle, and then you got vinegar in 10 years. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, too. Sometimes people buy a bottle of wine and they're like, for whatever reason, whether it be expensive or whatever, and they keep waiting for that big special occasion, and meanwall, they have a great bottle of wine sitting there.
I mean, I got about, my cellar holds about 900 bottles. I got about 700 bottles. I don't know how I'm drinking them all.
Right.
I mean, my family will probably.
I'll come over and help, Dusty. I will come over and help. I mean, and, I think it's great because you have a story to tell, and the way that you came into wine is a little different than most winemakers or folks that have a winery. I mean, because we know you from the baseball diamond. We know you from being a player, a manager.
And there are a lot of players. I know Dave Robertson and Richard Aurelia have red sticks.
That's what I understood.
Oh, yeah, that's good. And also Woodson has the football player, and I know that Carmelo Anthony has wines. And
there's a couple other guys recently, too.
Oh, yeah, one of my guys, Joe, pitched for me. And he started a winery in Napa.
Right.
So, these guys are doing, these guys are liking it. And plus they have some, they have more more finances than the manager makes, you know, to really go extravagant and stuff. But
Right,
man, we're
right.
doing the best that we can do.
You know, the thing I always find about winemakers, and I think we kind of forget, all of us, is they're farmers, right?
right.
They're growing a crop.
That's what I've told people. I'm a farmer.
Yeah, you're
I
a
mean,
farmer. You're a
yeah,
great farmer.
and especially
right?
as not only that, I mean, I have a garden in my backyard next to my grapes, and my dad always had a garden.
Okay.
And most minorities, especially black people, usually were farmers, you know, to eat.
Yeah. Well, I grew up. My family had a garden. I remember having to work in the garden. We,
man.
you know, grew up and had a garden in the backyard.
Me too.
And tomatoes
The thing I
and whatever.
hated, that's what I got now. I got tomatoes. Depends on which time. I got a winter
Right.
crop and a summer crop.
Right.
You know, like now I think I have collard greens, mustard greens,
Nice.
kale. I have
You're eating healthy.
Yeah,
I
I
like
have
it, man.
garlic.
Nice.
4 or 5 different.
I'm gonna have to drop by, Dusty.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
the wine, you got the salad,
Oh,
you got.
yeah.
I mean, if you're throwing something on the barbecue, I'm definitely gonna have to drop by.
And the thing about it is, it's like, hey man, I'm trying to live to enjoy my life and enjoy my family.
Right,
You know,
right.
I have a 1-year-old grandson.
Oh,
This is my
how
first time-
nice.
This is my
Oh,
first
nice.
time being a grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
And a 21-year-old son.
Yeah,
That's going
yeah.
to Cal. So hey man, he'll be 22 next week. So.
Yeah, Darren. It's Darren, right?
Darren.
Yeah, I remember him from the 2002
Yeah,
World
so I
Series
plan
there
on-
with
I plan
JT
on-
Snow.
I plan on living a while.
Yeah, well, hey, you got it. You got to take care of yourself.
That's right.
And, you know, to me, this seems like a great passion
Yeah.
that you have for this. And I mean, we all do something for work and we probably love it maybe.
Yeah.
But there's always good to find something that, you know, you can really put your heart and soul into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, hopefully you can at least break even and make a few bucks while you're at it.
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
nothing at all.
Dusty, I want to thank you so much for taking time to
All right, man.
show us your winery. And it's Dusty Baker Family Wines
Yeah.
right here in West Sacramento. And tell everybody where you guys are located.
Well, we're located on Industrial, right across from the big rice silos.
Okay.
And we share, this is our common space because that's our production area.
Right,
Next
right.
door to
Right.
where we were bottling. But this is our common space that we share with Bike Dog.
Right. We
Yeah.
can see Bike Dog
Yeah,
right
and
across
Bike
the way.
Dogs, their production space is on the other side of the
Okay,
parking
great.
lot.
Well, this
And
is a
so-
great idea to share that space.
Well, it was their idea. I mean,
Awesome.
you know, versus us fighting over the
Right.
space because we
Right.
needed it, they needed
Sure.
it. Let's say, hey, let's see if we can,
Right.
you know, combine the two. And
Right.
and I love Bike Dog's logo.
Yeah, it's awesome. A
Oh,
dog on a
yeah.
bike. You can't beat that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, quick question. When are you guys open for wine tasting for people to come by?
Well, we don't
and-
know.
Okay, not yet.
No, well, not yet because of
Right,
the,
right.
because
Yeah,
of the
everything. Yeah,
laws.
yeah.
I mean, you know, people do. You know, they come by. You know, pick up. You know, we're on weekends though. You know, we are open outside.
Okay,
Yeah,
outside. Okay.
Outside with under the tents. I mean,
Right.
we're trying to,
Yeah.
you know.
And so that's on the
follow
weekends.
along.
People can drink.
Yeah, we
taste
used
up
to hear
outside.
like Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Okay.
and Sunday.
Okay,
And
okay.
you know, on a nice day, especially. I
Yeah.
mean, it was packed this weekend outside. And
Right.
Everybody's trying to be safe.
Yeah, everybody wants to be
mask.
safe and
Yeah.
wear a mask and
Yeah.
social distance
Yeah,
and
you
all
got
that
it.
stuff. We're all trying to do that. And
All right, man.
yeah, and stuff. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us. Been a fan for a long time of Dusty Baker, and he's won. You've won everywhere you've been.
Yeah.
You've taken a team to the playoff. 5 different teams.
Yeah, but this
You-
year I want the big one. I want.
Yeah.
I always said if I win one, I win two. So
There you go.
right.
There you go. Dusty Baker going to win a World Series this year.
that's right.
Thanks so much, Dusty.
All right, you're welcome.